Well, this morning I'm gonna clean up my Jeep a little bit. Actually, it's not cleaning it up because I'm a slob and it needs it. It's cleaning it out because I'm passing it on to somebody else. I've got another vehicle, and so I've got to remove all my personal items, especially my cameras, because I might need those. It's been about 4.5 years since I first bought this Jeep. There's a lot of memories in here. Unfortunately, I captured a lot of them on video. It was July 2019 when I first introduced my tan-colored Liberty to my viewers. It replaced my white Jeep Liberty, and my first test of it was a road trip with no camper in tow. I wanted to just try it out, a road trip, using the bare minimum anyway. It's just me and the Jeep. It's going to be my bed, my living room, my transportation, everything. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring my Alpacool cooler. So it's peace, liberty, and just ice for all. And the view through the windshield was my television. Now, most roads were good, but not all of them. Wow. Yet to some, it wasn't my Jeep that was of their interest. It was more about what I was towing. Well, the good news is there's so much snow on the windshield, there's no ice. Now, despite the bad weather and rough roads, I did try to take care of it, but not without the occasional mistake. It's hard not to reminisce as I remove my camera mount from the dash, as that Yukon Visitor Pass was a souvenir of one of my greatest adventures. I'm heading north again. I'm between Whitehorse and Dawson City. Oh my God, what are they doing? They really expect you to drive through this? Oh, there should have been at least a warning. Mile 0, Dempster Highway. I'm sure I can do the first kilometer. Beautiful. This is why people endure mud, bad roads, and cold, just to see this. Gassing up in the rain is not fun. Nor were the potholes. But despite the challenges, I did make it to the Arctic Circle and back. It was a trip I will always remember. The last item to remove was my ball hitch. Jeep Liberty. Yes, Jeep Liberty. I know there's some macho types that shrivel up when they hear that. I really don't care about your muscle cars. This gets me around and I'm proud of it. Because let's make one thing clear. I am a budget traveler. I'm not going to go out and buy, spend $60,000 on a new vehicle just because I can save 1 or 2 miles per gallon. That makes no economic sense to me. It's 10 years old. I only paid, I think, around 8,000 Canadian or 6,000 US for it. And I've made that back so many times. It's reliable. It's easily repairable at any garage. And that's the key thing. I don't want something that I can't get parts for. Now, I have put a considerable distance on this Jeep. The kilometers right now, 268,304. Now, I didn't buy it new. I think it was around 147,000 when I got it. So I put about, I guess 120K, which would be about, I think 75,000 miles. That's a fair amount. Has it been good to me? Reasonably. But there has been a few repairs. Well, it's day 1 of my road trip with my new Jeep. And guess what? I'm stranded alongside the highway. That is not good. It was an expensive lesson, but a few months later in Oregon, I experienced a little deja vu. Well, guess what, folks? My Jeep broke down again. This time it looks like it's overheated. There's coolant all over the place. Not looking too good. Well, I'm off and running again. Jeep's fine. The problem was a water pump, which is kind of strange because when the pulley went in Moose Jaw, you'd think they would have changed the motor pump, and they didn't. And unfortunately, that came back to haunt me. But sometimes I did catch problems in time. Well, this is not good. I've jacked up the front right side of my Jeep because there's this, swish, swish, swish noise as I'm going down the highway. Sure enough, looks like the bearings have gone again. Yes, it was the bearings, and this Kentucky garage was friendly, fast, and they didn't fleece me. Well, at least I think I've got it a little bit cleaner. I think that's it. Bye-bye, old Jeep. Well, here it is, my new wheels, or at least new to me. It's a Chevy Silverado 1500 2011. It's in pretty good shape, no rust. Under the hood is a 5.3 liter V8 engine, which is a little big, but I think it's what I'm looking for. And the bonus is back here. It's a 4x4, half-ton, and the bonus, the truck cap. I mean, I love these things. Protects everything in your bed from the rain and the snow. And of course, it's a little bit more secure as well. But for me, the additional bonus is that I can actually camp in here. Probably not in the winter, but in the summer. Why not? Back here, the bed is about 6 feet 6 inches, which is actually perfect for a bed, although a temporary one. I'm not giving up, using a trailer or anything like that yet. It's just that if I am out and I need to stay for a short period of time, I think this would be good. And there's so much I can store here, but for the cabin, there's so many materials I still have to buy. Now I can get them myself with the truck. I don't have to get delivery, and they're stored away from the elements. But let me show you the cab. Now it's an extended cab, which means there are seats in the back, but it's kind of crowded back there. For me as a solo camper and a traveler, no problem, because that's for storage. Locked up, secure, I can keep stuff during the day that I might need, and of course my camera equipment's going there. Up front, new seat covers, lots of space. I totally think I'm going to love this truck, but it's not about what it looks like, it's how well it drives. Time for a road test. Well, I'm on a rougher secondary road, lots of bumps and a few potholes. It seems to ride pretty good. It also seems a little quieter than the Jeep, but that could be the tires. I do have to replace these tires. I'm probably going to get all-terrain. I don't buy snow tires when I'm traveling, for obvious reasons, because I can go from winter to summer in a day depending on when I travel, and I don't have a place to store an extra set of tires anyway, so I'm a one set of tire kind of guy. A lot of people did recommend the Toyota Tundra, and from what I've read, they are really good, reliable vehicles. But unfortunately, in looking around, they're also like double the price of a Silverado, and I still have to stay within budget. I think the Chevy Silverado is reliable. It's not number one. I think Toyota Tundra is number one, but it's supposedly rated better than a Ford, and I don't have any issues with Fords either, but I think this should do me. Well, I'm now on the highway, a little faster, and it does seem to ride smooth. Not too much wind noise, mostly at the sides. Yeah, I don't really see any issues. It certainly has the power. But some may question why I went up to a V8. Well, the Jeep was a V6. I think it was a 3.7 liter. This is a 5.3, so it's a smaller V8 engine. But I think the advantage is that this is 6-speed automatic, which means that the on highway driving at higher speeds, and I'm going about 100 kilometers, about 60 miles an hour, it's not doing the RPMs. Like at best with the Jeep, it was probably doing 2,000 RPM cruising on the highway, whereas this one's closer to like 1,500, sometimes even close to 1,000. what I expect to happen, or what I hope will happen, is I'll end up, yes, with a bigger engine, but a more efficient one. Because the Jeep, at best, would do, let's say, 18 miles per gallon. But this one, especially when it's tuned up, and it's not now, should be about the same. Hopefully I can actually do better than that when I get it tuned up. And I have the option that when I really need it, I have a lot more power. Now it's time for the back roads. The forestry roads, my favorite. You're always guaranteed a bump on a forestry road. As far as the back roads go, this is kind of my stomping ground. I don't camp in, RV parks that are paved and everybody's one beside each other. Oh, here comes some bumps. Here's the ice. Whoa! All right. Yeah, this is the kind of place that I typically camp, and so I always have to have a vehicle that's going to handle this. I mean, electric cars are great, but to bring one out here, I don't even know where you charge. There's no charging station on a back road. And when you're in this remote area with little towns, you've got to have a vehicle that the local garage can actually service as well. So, I mean, this is where the farmers, the loggers are, and they drive trucks. Oh boy, now that's a puddle. Easy. Whoa! Let's say you bring your Prius here. Well, it took me to a remote campsite, so as far as I'm concerned, pass the test. Now this is what a pickup truck should look like. Racing stripes from the bushes, I think that's called bush rash, and a lot of mud. Because a shiny, polished, and clean pickup truck is like going to a construction site with brand new boots. That's one thing I didn't have to worry about. I'm hoping to see more of this, and I think I'm going to be happy with this truck. And I know there's one question everybody will ask. I got this, and I usually don't give prices, but this time I will. 2011 Silverado 1500. This condition, I got it for $10,000 Canadian, which is probably about $6,000 US. To me, I think it's a steal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my others as well. And as I ride off on a muddy road, who knows what adventures lie ahead. I hope you'll follow me. But I think I gotta show you that I'm an idiot.